I waited a few hours before making this. I was actually out with some of the boys watching the Italy versus Bosnia game this morning. Obviously, we all had very high hopes for that game, what that game meant for all of us. Oh, and it's honestly, it's just heartbreaking, to be honest with you. Originally, I was losing my mind, and that's why I waited a few hours, because I would have said some stuff on this that, yeah, shouldn't be going up online, but oh, I was heartbroken, man, and so angry. And to be honest with you, it makes it hard to know that we were, penalty kicks away from going to a World Cup. I keep seeing all sorts of stuff being sent to me from, particularly my full-blown Australian mates, uh, about this World Cup, about the fact that since that, like, we're the first team to have won a World Cup and gone three World Cups without actually qualifying. So things like that, I mean, it just makes it harder and harder to know that, 2014 was the last time we've seen a World Cup, and we're now going to have to wait till, 2030 to hopefully see ourselves in another World Cup. And I thought this team was good enough. I know this team was good enough to play World Cup football, and fortunately, we're not going to see it. Look, there's an easy person to blame today, but I don't think it's entirely his fault. But we are going to start with him, and that is Bastoni. 1-0 up, 40 minutes into the game. You know it can go extra time. You know it can go penalties, and you decide to go in with a tackle like that. You know what's coming, and it lets down a lot of people. It lets down your teammates because you don't make that tackle, you risk conceding a goal. But in turn, we still have 11 men. We still have ascendancy in the game. We can still get back and compete properly over the course of that game. Whereas you make that tackle, all of a sudden we have to sub on Gatti, we have to take off Retegui, and the whole team has changed, the lineup's changed, the tactics changed, the game plan's changed, and instead of us hopefully going for a second goal or a third goal, let's make sure we don't concede, let's hold on to this one goal lead. And we get very, very close, 80 odd minutes into that game before we concede that goal to make it 1-1. We had our chances, I know that. Esposito had a good header. Most Keane was through on goal, and Most Keane misses by a mile. We then go to penalties, and the penalties are a shambles. Cristante's and Esposito's penalties are dreadful. And look, I get all that, I do. And yeah, it is just disappointing. It is to know that we're going to have to wait another couple of years to hopefully see this team get through. It wasn't the way I wanted to go out, all right? Look, I'm not going to stand here and say that we would have gone on and won the World Cup. I think that France are by far the best team in the world, and Spain are very, very good as well. I think Portugal still have a good shot, and look, I can understand all that, but the fact that we're not going to be there, we're not competing on a platform that we should be competing in, it is hard. It is hard. And, like I look around in my studio here, and, I see posters, because I got a few posters up of our win of Euro 2020, and think, fuck, that was 6 years ago, man. And you thought when we won that title, it was a turning point. We might have started to make these World Cups and competing again in 2026, and we're still not in a World Cup, and we're going to have to wait for 2030. That's 10 years. Well, not quite, because that Euro 2020 didn't actually happen in 2020, but you know what I mean. And look, a few people can hold their heads up high. I think Sandro Tonali is by far our best player. I think Barea had a good sort of past few years in this qualifying sequence. DeMarco, I think, has been an outstanding light for us. Moise Kean, I think he's just going to get better and better and better. I had my question marks, especially early in his career when he was at Juventus and Everton and these type of things, whether he was ever going to be good enough. I do believe he is. Retegui, there's some question marks. I really wanted to see him perform today. Obviously, he didn't get that opportunity to perform, and that's out of his control. He looked devastated when he had to come off. Our defense is solid as normal. Calafiori, I watch week in, week in at Arsenal, so I know very well how good he is. Donnarumma, not his best game today, although he did make some great saves. The goal that we conceded was a save that deflected and ended up going in, and the penalties weren't great by him, especially that last one. But look, I think it's easy to blame Bastoni for today's loss, and he's the key man to the downfall today, but he's not the sole reason we lost today. Some individuals didn't perform at their best today, and look, like I said, it's a massive shame for all of us fans of the Azzurri, and we're gonna have to wait a few more years. But guys, everybody that was supporting the Azzurri today, hold your heads up high. I know everybody's mates are gonna absolutely give it to them, so you're gonna have to cop that. I'm gonna have to cop it, and it is a shame. But I think there is some sparks in this team, and hopefully come 2030, hopefully come the next Euros, we can, you know, reaffirm ourselves as one of the best national teams in the world, which we haven't really seen for quite a few years, which is a shame. But let me know what you guys thought of today's game. Well done to Bosnia, I suppose. Well done to Bosnia. Hopefully they can do well in this tournament. Edin Dzeko, I can't believe that guy's still around, 40 years of age and still competing at the top level. Yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys think.